What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the AM, guys. Welcome back to 5 Minute Rants. So, I want to talk about something that occurs naturally in life in general. And you're going to go through this process constantly and pretty consistently. And what the process is what I call finding your work. So, anytime you come to a challenge, anytime you come to a roadblock per se in life, you don't have a clear vision or clear understanding of what are your next steps, what your work is, what you actually need to do in order to move forward. And this is pretty normal. Currently the companies are going through a big growth stage and things are really shifting into a new area that I've never been in. And so my process for this has been cool. I've got to find my work. So what is the work? What are the next steps that actually need to be done? And experience really adds clarity to whatever you're doing. So when you have experience doing things, it really adds clarity. And there's a saying that a drop of gouge is worth more than a bucket full of knowledge. And the point of this is this, like, books and reading, they're wonderful. And the knowledge you gain from them is wonderful, but experience is worth way more. It is worth way more than it would be to just read about it and read a ton of stuff about it. You'd have to read so much more, and you still wouldn't have the experience of actually applying it to your life, whatever it is you're learning. The point in this life, the point behind what I'm saying in this is simply this. This is a reoccurring pattern. You're going to experience this for the rest of your life. You're going to come across things you've never done before. And then the goal is to find your work. The goal is to understand what you're doing. And then the way to do that, though, there's normally two ways to do that. One, you either talk to somebody or hire somebody or partner with somebody who's done it before for whatever it is, whether it's having children, raising children, whether it's building a business, whether it's getting a new job. Or two, you just have some courage and you go start doing it and start running into things and running into the problem and then figuring out while you're knee deep in it what you need to do. Now, I'm a big believer in doing things and shipping things. I'm also believe that it's great to go get advice and to go get a mentor. And I've talked about this before, like, go talk to somebody who's been through there. They'll help speed you up through this process. But coming back to really the root of all this, nobody's going to be able to do this for you. You're going to have to do it yourself. And it is important for you to learn, especially if you're building a company. You've got to learn. You don't need to learn everything. So for instance, like with our developers, I don't know how to code, right? I don't need to learn that skill. However, I do need to learn how to actually build the infrastructure to facilitate them. And then also make sure that, we actually are building a good team. And then I can trust them, they can trust me, and vice versa. And so all of that being said, the big thing about going into the unknown, the big thing about challenges is there's normally fear related to the unknown. I recently did an episode on clarity about how when things get murky or when things get unclear, you are going to slow down. That's a natural reaction. And you're going to have to maintain the balance of, cool, not going too fast, and then end up running off the road if the analogy is the rain falling and that you don't have a clear picture of things, or slowing down so slow that you get hit from the behind. And that is how this is. You've got to keep the momentum going in your life because you don't want to become stagnant. Being stagnant is really dangerous. Being stagnant and being slow oftentimes can be more dangerous than it can be to go fast. And so when you don't know what you're doing, when you've got to find your work, you've got to continue to push through. It's interesting because I used to run a lot of long distances, and whenever you're running a new course, and whenever you're running and you're pushing yourself, it's not the distance that actually gets you. It's the unknown that gets you. You don't know when it's going to end. You don't know when the course is going to be over. You don't know when things are going to shift or change. And you don't know when the next hill's coming around the bend. And it's actually the unknown that's hard to battle with. And when you are trying to find your work, that's one of the big things you're battling with is, I don't know what I'm doing. And so for me, I normally go through a process of, okay, how do I actually understand what I'm doing? And then I begin walking that process. How do I find the work? How do I find the steps? How do I find what is needed, what is valuable? And it normally involves collaboration with Andrew and other people, and we talk through the problem together to vet things out and then to find the solution. Anyways, guys, I'm out of time, so I'll catch you later. Peace.